Hey folks, JJB Tin Man, Views of NYC. I'm heading out. Oh, I think somebody's coming in. Uh-oh. Hold on now. Come on. There you go. Somebody coming in. Hey. Whoop, somebody else. Come on in. Well, you gotta still open the door though. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, here I am. And I just want to come out and say, yesterday when I came out, I went, what happened to the movie company? The trucks were all gone. I thought, well, they were going to be here for like 3 days. Well, they probably just didn't need the makeup and costume, whatever you want to call this, trailer, which is, it's like a portable dressing room and also bathroom. I'll show you something that's kind of funny. These are all the entrance ways to individual. Now, they'll put people's like Star's name or whoever's have it for a particular day. They'll put their name on there. But right here, this one, it says what? It says Desi, right? Okay. And then the one next to it says Lucy. Well, Desi and Lucy aren't in there. They're passed away. You remember Desi Arnaz? I Love Lucy, of course. Everyone knows Lucy. Well, you see, that's number 66. Number 66, whoever number 66 is. They probably don't want to put people's names if there's somebody that, they would have their name on there. It might be, somebody might bother them, So who knows what number 66 is. They could be even people like myself that maybe you have a little something extra to do, something special on that particular day, and you have an upgrade or whatever, and they actually give you a little spot, a little trailer. To hang out in between instead of hanging out in the general holding area with everybody. See, all these are movie trucks. I'm not sure what this is actually for, this one, but actually it's some kind of a dressing room. This might also, UPM. These are like a little bit more fancy, I think, because they even have like a windows and a little area there. That's probably a bigger little trailer for whoever. And you can see over here, same thing. This is probably a costume because I can see the steps going up into the back end of that big old trailer, and that's Haddad's, the company that provides huge trailer trucks to the film companies. So anyway, I thought I'd walk along real quick here, see if I'm still going. Yeah, I'm still going. And maybe, since it's so damn hot, I don't even want to be out here, but I've been busy all day. It's about, what time is it? It's about, I don't know, it's probably about close to 2 o'clock, or maybe it's after. I can't see on my phone because I'm on this film here. But take a little break. I've been going since about 6 o'clock this morning, trying to do apartment hunts and online and looking for places to go and see. Also trying to apply to some. I'm going to look down here. Yesterday, I can see the cones, the parking cones are out, whatever they're called, and that's usually, now yesterday that was holding a lot of cars, and the day before, older cars, because it's probably a period piece, so you got to have only the cars that might be driving. If it's an outdoor scene, cars going by, got to be in period. So they actually hire featured background folks that also own cars, and some of them own period cars. Of course, the film company might provide their own too if they need to, but they hire people, and if you get hired, you come and you have your car. Now, you might not even work that day. Your car might, and you might not, but you get paid a good union salary. Now, it looks like there are some cars parked down there. Period cars or not, and I don't know. Oh, you can see there's something going on here because they got lights and stuff. They must be using this block maybe later on when they'll need the lights and such. So yeah. Anyway, you see the lights over there, big spotlights. That's how they make it look more like daytime, nighttime, and all that stuff. And I don't know exactly. Well, not much activity other than that. Let's see over here. It's like, here's a big old crane. That's part of the company. See, they got all the blocks. They just get a permit, and for the 3 days or 2 days that they're working, nobody can park. Like people that park on the street. Don't park in garages. You know, they get a little bit ticked off, especially if you live on the block and you want to park close as possible to your house. Tough break. You know, actually, if you don't move it, they tow it, and then you don't get charged or anything, but you have to go and pick up your car. And they usually let you know. You can call the phone number and they'll tell you, yeah, here's a period car. I don't know why there aren't more like there was yet. Maybe they don't need as many. But you see, I don't know what year this is, but it's got to be like what? Is that a 80s or late 70s or something? I don't know. So whatever it is, though, yeah, it's an older car. So the other day, this is all the cars around here were parked along here, were period. I'm noticing there's a cab up there, way up there. See that cab? That's an older cab. We don't have cabs that look like that anymore. You know? I'm not sure again what year it is anymore. I can't remember these things. Anyway, here we are, one of my favorite buildings, this whole area. I've told you about this so many times. There. This is usually beautiful with flowers on it, and the vine that's going up there. What's it called? Wisteria or something. Of course, at this time, there's no flowers, it's just the greenery. But this is very interesting. This building is entrances on both sides. Separate buildings in a sense, but towards the end here it's all one building. They got an entrance not on this side. You can see there's an entrance over there for the building, but on this side, this is an apartment, right? It's an apartment on the ground floor. Anyway, but on this side is the entrance where this apartment, it's got to be fabulous. I've seen when the windows are open sometimes. This whole end on the end here, this little window that sticks out, that's like a kitchen area. Be a great apartment to have, I'll tell you. Anyway, so, anyway, here's a garden that I like a lot. And I tell you about the triangle. There's a couple of triangular gardens. This is one of my favorites. It's a small one. Although it's so hot and humid now, the greenery's all right, but the flowers are getting pretty tired. But you know, it'll recycle. It's like how it goes throughout. Although these are all good, the ones on the ground here, they're still looking pretty decent. But these are a little tired up here. But still, it's just a beautiful garden, beautiful little. And it's the city, but the city doesn't really care for it. That's why it's good, because you know, like a group in the neighborhood, they're always out here working in it. That's why it's always nice. And they keep it going. It's called the Abe Liebewald Triangle. That's what it is right there. There's a couple of Abe Liebewald things around here. Abe Liebewald, down in the corner as we head towards it, there was a coffee shop for years and years and years. Abe Liebewald, it's like a diner. And he passed away a long time ago, and I think his sons took it over. You know, like I said yesterday over here, they're probably using the churchyard, maybe even inside the church. I'm not sure, for some interiors. There's still movie trucks here, so who knows. Doesn't look like much activity at the moment, though. They may be inside. I see people walking out of the church there, so there may be people working, like there are people sitting in church, or who knows what the scene might be. Anyway, on the corner over here was Abe Liebewald, and it was very nice. And he died. His son took it over, sat there for quite a few more years. And then they decided to leave the neighborhood out of the blue. And they actually moved up to like 28th Street and 3rd Avenue, I think, or something like that. Maybe Lexington Avenue. And no, 3rd Avenue. And I think it's still there today. But Abe Liebewald was so venerable and known in the neighborhood. He got like these little parks right here, these little gardens named after him. In fact, here's one again, unless they changed it. There's one right over here, right where the flagpole is on the church, and this is the churchyard. St. Mark's and the Bowery Church, where they're maybe doing the film work. There's the fake stained glass. I think they put that fake stained glass up there, so it'll look like there's stained glass. There is stained glass in the windows inside, but I think that's for the movie. Anyway, so, and this little triangular thing, well, it's not triangular, but it's a little mini garden. Maybe they took the sign off of it. Maybe they made that one back there, but this one used to say, oh no, it's Abe Liebewald Park. This whole park, in other words, this whole area in front of the church, all of it is called Abe Liebewald Park. A little small area here. little benches around the outside. It's a very pleasant area, right in front of the church. You know, there's St. Mark's in the Bowery Church. One of my favorite things. It's one of the oldest churches in Manhattan, going way back, probably to the 1700s, I would imagine. It's just a fabulous church. The clock still works. I've always taken a lot of pictures of this, many pictures, photos, and of course I make the videos. So obviously the gates are open. I don't know, something's going on in the church. Maybe they are filming scenes in there. I'm not going to try to sneak over there. Here's the churchyard, which is all around out here. They own this whole block, this whole area. And those are actually a graveyard. I've commented about that before as well. And people can sit out here. You see there's somebody over there. They got little tables and chairs. There's somebody just leaving. Very comfortable situation. You know, it's so shady and nice, you know. And it's just a great little spot here. St. Mark's in the Bowery churchyard. And even some famous people buried there. But it's kind of weird because literally when you're sitting over there, as you can see real close, see that right there on the ground there? See that? That's a grave. It's underground. There are vaults. There's another one right here. See that? Some of them you can still read. A lot of them you can't even read. But so there's a vault under this place, this area. Who knows who's buried down there? But at any rate, that's the way it is. And now it's a little park above. It's all respectful. You know, nobody's doing anything nasty. People are just relaxing. And so here's more theater trucks. I just don't see any activity there. I thought maybe we might catch people out on the streets walking as they film a scene outside or something like that. But you know, I guess we'll just have to suffice with me showing you all the area that they're using and how much they take up. You know, I mean, it just really puts everything to a halt as far as people parking their cars in the street. And I don't mind it at all because I know how much money it is for the city and the film companies have to pay to do this. It's just that some of the local people, they get a little annoyed with it, you know. And there's really no reason to. They don't cause any havoc, trouble. They just, sometimes they'll stop people from walking down the block when they're going to film a scene. People get irritated if they live on the block. And it's like, you got to wait 2-3 minutes, you know. And you know how people can be, anyway. So, I don't know. I don't have anything else at the moment unless I see some activity close by. Doesn't seem like there's much happening other than I'm showing you the film trucks and stuff and where they might be shooting over there, St. Mark's in the Bowery, probably the streets in front that we just walked by. And that's about it. So, I'm just going to say, because it's really hot and humid, I want to get somewhere where there's some air conditioning. Here's more film stuff. It's like a bunch of, who knows what that was. They might even be using a couple of the bars. See this whole truck, this here, they're looks like they're unloading, so it might be later on. You know, they may not have started yet because they're piling up all this equipment here, see? And where's it coming from? Well, it's coming out of this truck right here, big old trailer. They're working. So I got a feeling it's just that it hasn't started maybe today yet. That's a possibility. Or they've been doing things and now they're going to continue on later. But look how big this tractor trailer is. Oh my goodness. And they're all over the place, you know. So just a little bit for y'all to see what's going on. And like I said, I do this. I wish I was doing it today. I'm not hired. Sit here for several days. I didn't get hired for it. I put in all the time. But whatever reason, sometimes you get it. They don't know. They don't know. Oh, he lives there. You know, they don't know where I live. Some of them do. But I used to be known by all the people that do this stuff. But things change. You get older. I don't know. Whatever. It looks like that whole lineup over there is all trucks that are doing the movie thing too. But that's it. That's all I got. That's it. All right. JJB 10 Man Views of NYC. Bye.